The camera wasn't supposed to capture this. It was just rolling in the background, focused on a patch of jungle floor, until a shadow crossed the frame. And then, oh wow, what is happening here? We see a huge black, scary spider with glistening fangs creeping slowly towards something small and still. But what is going on here? What is the deal with this? Why are these ants crowding around this little thing? And why does it look like it's a dead ant? Well, it turns out this is just an extremely risky situation. Because if this ant falls, not just her, but tens of thousands of her colony mates will vanish within days. And that's because this is actually the queen. Yes, this is the queen of the ants. The predator's legs moved slow and deliberate, each step nearly silent. The queen's antennae trembled. One strike from those dangerous fangs and it would be over. The worker ants realized this and crowded around their besieged queen. They had no idea what to do. But then, from the corner of the shot, bang, lightning. A soldier ant suddenly burst into frame, moving faster than the camera could focus. It didn't pause or think, it lunged. Oh no, can it really attack such a big spider? I mean, sure, there's some pretty vicious ants out there, but come on, man. Look at the difference in their size. The soldier ant clamped its jaws around the spider's leg and the giant spider shrieked. Yes, they make a sound when you get close enough. Don't believe me, just listen. The giant spider reared up in pain and anger and swung its free leg around, hitting the little ant hard. But that didn't stop the little ant. It attacked again, mandibles locking onto joints. The jungle itself seemed to go still. It was as if every leaf, every bird was watching. The outcome of this battle was too important. If the spider won, the entire ant colony would fall apart. There would be no more egg laying, no more workers, no more defense, only death awaited. For a moment, it looked hopeless. The spider was stronger, heavier, and built to kill. But the ant kept attacking. And maybe that's where the true strength of ants lie, in their persistence, their sheer willpower to never give up. Maybe that's how they became the most successful land animals on Earth. And the little ant kept dodging the spider's fangs, fangs tipped with venom. The tiny warrior sank its jaws into a tender spot, biting down hard. Then in a desperate gamble, it attacked again. The spider thrashed wildly, slamming its massive bulk against the hard-packed dirt. Leaves flew up, dust spiraled, and the little ant held on tight, swinging with the motion, sensing an opening. It struck again. Finally, something cracked. A leg joint snapped and the spider froze. And then it backed up slowly, inching away from the brave fighter. The queen, who moments before seemed frozen, began to move. Guided by her soldier, she started crawling into a narrow tunnel. The soldier backed in last, never turning his back to the threat. The camera caught a last glimpse of the spider disappearing into the deepening shadow, limping away to nurse its wounds. Now, scientists later confirmed this kind of rescue wasn't rare, but it's almost never been caught on film. And they all agreed on one thing: bravery isn't about being fearless. It's about standing between danger and what you love, no matter the odds. If a creature smaller than your fingernail can face a predator 10 times its size for the sake of another, what's stopping you from fighting for what matters most? Now let's talk about it in the comments below. Would you have done the same if you were that ant? Yeah, let us know in the short comments below. You know, we're actually really interested to hear what you have to say. And if you want to see more videos like this one, just hit the subscribe button and you'll get to see the best of nature in just a click. Deep in the Amazon, a spider senses danger through vibrations in the jungle floor. Its 8 eyes scanning the ground for the source. It sees a leaf trembling. Ambushing insects like this are perfectly adapted for their surroundings. Their color makes them invisible to most creatures. But this spider is different. See if you can spot the difference between the spider and its surroundings. Go ahead, take a good look. This spider is white, which means it needs to find food quickly before it gets eaten itself. It spots a beetle and darts forward, wrapping its prey in silk. Spiders use silk for many things: building webs, holding their eggs, and even to catch their dinner. But you need to be careful when handling a struggling beetle. If you're not careful, a beetle could stab you with its pointy legs and fly away. That's why this spider has developed a technique. First, it pins the beetle's wings to the ground. Then it uses its front legs to hold the beetle still while it wraps its dinner in silk. This spider is so quick that a beetle doesn't stand a chance. But spiders aren't the only ones who hunt this way. This orb spider had a much bigger surprise for its dinner. At first, it was just a little bug flying past. But as it came closer, the spider started to spin, 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 spin. In seconds, it built a spiral-shaped web just inches off the ground. And then it waited. This spider is a hunter, not a weaver. But sometimes hunting is harder than weaving, especially when your dinner flies right by. So if you miss your dinner, you better hope for a second chance. And the spider got lucky. The butterfly got caught in the sticky web. Now the spider slowly approaches its meal. But butterflies are known to be very evasive. So this spider must be cautious. Spiders can't chew, so they have special mouthparts called chelicerae. They use these to pierce the skin of their dinners, and once inside, they inject a paralyzing venom. Then they wait for the paralyzing venom to kick in. Sometimes prey struggles and tries to escape, but not this time. This butterfly seems calm. It could be tired from its flight, or maybe it just gave up. Either way, the spider knows not to get distracted. When you're hunting, your meal might try to distract you, tricking you into letting go. But this spider is well trained. First, it drinks some of the butterfly's sweet nectar. Then it starts sucking the insides right out. The spider doesn't waste anything. Even the wings and legs are delicious. And in the Amazon, this spider has plenty of company. This golden silk orb spider is also spinning a web, but instead of a spiral, it's making a wheel. This spider has strong silk spinners. They help the spider spin a large web. But even a large web takes hours to finish, and hungry spiders don't want to wait. That's why this spider is adding silk to its web during lunch. Once finished, the spider will anchor the web between two trees. But for now, it's just taking a break, waiting for dinner to fly right into its trap. Suddenly, something's coming straight for the web. The spider stops eating and moves to the edge of the web. It sways back and forth, sending signals to its dinner. This insect is huge, way bigger than the spider. But the spider isn't scared, it's excited. Big insects mean lots of food. The insect bumps into the web. It wiggles free, then lands on the web again. It looks like it's stuck. The spider strikes fast, darting across the web and stabbing the insect with its hollow mouth part. The spider injects a paralyzing venom, then it crawls back to the edge of the web. This game of cat and mouse will continue until the insect finally stops moving. Only then will the spider eat its dinner. Hey, thanks for watching.